up the stream, and then they'll play music and they'll have a little dancing screen and stuff while they sit down and do all these other things like get the chat set up, make sure the mics are working, make sure all this stuff's happening. I hit live first and then figure all this stuff out. All right, let's see. We're going to go here and we're going to, oh, it already added everyone. Okay, good. I didn't know it did that. All right, great. Done. All right. Sweet. Now, for you, the screen that you're seeing, I want to be able to change the screen that you see. Because right now you're seeing this left-hand screen. You're not seeing the right-hand screen. Screen share options.
Which is fine.
Change windows. It only is giving me one screen choice, man. Maybe if I need to move Discord to the other screen, then maybe it'll do it. So if I move Discord over here. Change window. No, it's still just giving me the one screen. Application window.
That's all right. I don't need to see anything.
Okay.
I've seen it before.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Chat. Hey, we do have chat. It's Satan. How's it going, buddy? All right. Oh, there's a whole bunch of guys. All right. How's it going, everybody? I know it's late in the UK. I'm sorry. Hey, Bobby, how's it going? Another time-friendly stream. I'm doing this all for you, Bobby. It's all for you, man. All for you. All right. Hey, I just got excited, which never happens, right? Never happens. But so everybody's been talking about this Proxmox, right? You see yep, Randon sees Proxmox. Yeah, so everybody's been real excited about Proxmox, and I told you Mark M was the big influence on me. Whiskers told me about it, and then I mentioned it to Mark because he helped me with the VM manager setup, and he tinkered with it for a day or two and was just like, "Oh, this is awesome. We got to do this." And so we did it, and it was great. And now Mark has gone one step further and has made it super easy for anybody really to set up Hassio in Proxmox. So we had to go through a bunch of steps, copying a bunch of stuff over and converting file types and doing some things. Mark's done a bunch of that homework for us. And so now, once you have Proxmox set up, which is not hard, right, Mark? It was easy.
Yeah, about 5 minutes, probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was easy. You did have to plug into a monitor and a keyboard and stuff. So I wasn't able to capture that when we did it. I wanted to, but I wasn't able to. But what we're going to do now is, now that we have Proxmox set up, we're going to show you how to do the install real quick of Hassio on Proxmox. As soon as we'll give everybody a few minutes to catch up, and then we'll really jump into it. Hey, Sachi, how's it going? All right, Tony's here. What's up, Tony? How you been? You must be feeling good because I've seen you post a lot in Facebook, and glad to see you back in business 100%. Oh, I was thinking of you again today, Tony. Are you still using that ESP Now for your ESP32s? I might finally get yours out and dust them off and hook them up. Oh man, 4 a.m. in the Netherlands, can't get any sleep, but there's a DrZzs to help out. I'm here to put you to sleep, Ronnie. That's what I'm here for, man. That's what I'm here for. All right, so let's start out with just a little bit of I'm messing with some cameras. This is going to be for another video. Let's go to Proxmox, and if you haven't heard, if you haven't been paying attention the last couple of days, or you haven't been here with us the last couple of days with all these, then you probably haven't heard me talk about this. So let's go through the background real quick. So Proxmox is I think the right thing to say is a hypervisor. Is that true?
Yes.
Is that accurate, Mark? Hypervisor?
That's accurate. Yes, it is
okay.
a hypervisor.
It's essentially it's a base operating system that lets you install virtual machines. Okay, so and some good stuff about it is it's free. They do ask you for a subscription if you want to, but it's only for the service, right? For the support. But otherwise, it's free. And unlike some of the other ones that have a free version, Proxmox doesn't lock you out of all of the really good features. And in fact, I don't think there's any features it locks you out of, correct?
as far as I know.
Yeah. So it's pretty easy to install. We're not going to go through the install right now, but you download it. Download an image, put it in your, put it on what I did for the Nook, put it on the USB stick, put the USB stick in, fire it up, and then it will start running you through the install process, just like any new operating system install. And it'll install itself and it'll get you ready to go. And then once you're up and running, it sets up a web server for you so that you can just access your instance or your Proxmox box with an IP address, and you get something like this. And so this is my Proxmox. It's already installed, set up, and we had 2 sets of Hassio running already. And then what you see down here is what Mark just walked me through. So, and we've already set up the instructions. Mark wrote out some instructions, mostly for me, but I said, come on, let's post it. so we got it here posted already on a GitHub page, and I'll give you the link, everybody, real quick, if anybody wants to follow along. Let's see, where's it at? Leave. Yeah, I didn't mean to change it. There we go. Yep, Idaho 3 in a row. And you know what? I'll probably do 4. I'll probably do one tomorrow too. You can't really run ESXi on a Nook. It's this is open source and easier, I think. Oh yeah, it is. Is it like VirtualBox? Yep, Marty, it is. You bet. Hey, from Thailand, how's it going?
But it removes the Windows layer.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about Windows underneath it. That's right. That's right. I got Mark in my ear here, so you guys are hearing Mark's voice as well. That's Mark M. So we can all thank Mark. Say thanks, Mark. Mark does a lot of good stuff for us. Okay. There we go. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Hey, it's Paul. Paul. I got Mark in my ear, Paul. No Windows is a big plus. You bet. Hey, Carlo. Yeah, it's a huge plus.
Noticeably faster than running Virtual Manager.
Man, hugely faster. Okay. So you've got that thing there. So the first thing that you'll do, we can walk through these instructions here, and then Mark will point me in the right direction if I'm doing it wrong. And I'm just going to go ahead and install it right next to the other one, Mark, right? There won't be any problem with that. I'll kind of walk through the same process.
You can delete those 2, or you can put another one out there. It doesn't matter.
Why don't we delete them? Let's do that. Let's go there and delete them. Okay. So this one, first thing I have to do is shut this one down, right?
Yep.
And then can I just delete it?
Then it's on the right-hand side. More. Under more.
Oh, under more. Oh, they hide it from me. Good. Remove. And I have to type in VM103 destroy. Please enter the ID to confirm.
Just 103.
Okay, great. Remove. Bye-bye. All right, and then now this one.
Same thing.
Remove that one. 102. Remove. Okay, deal. Done. All right, so turn down Mark's mic a bit. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Mark's mic a bit. You got it. Thank you, guys. I don't. He's on this tiny little headphone in my ear, so I don't know what volume it's at. Okay. Let's see. 4 streams in 1 week, you become a YouTube millionaire and quit your day job. I wish. Gosh, if all I had to do is stream a couple hours a day and be able to quit my job, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Is anyone? Ooh, Motion Eye. Let's talk about Motion Eye, Josh, in a bit, because I've been playing with Motion Eye and I've got some things to say about it. How is this better than Docker? See, Tender's asking, how is this better than Docker? What do you think? Have you done Docker, Mark?
I don't really.
I think the difference is Docker doesn't really do virtual. Well, it doesn't really do virtual machines, right?
Docker's virtual applications.
Yeah, so it's virtual applications, and Proxmox actually can do that too, right? Proxmox can do virtual machines, or it can do just virtual applications.
So Linux containers.
Yeah, in Linux containers, which is what Docker's doing, right?
Basically is.
For example, you'll see DrZzs has a dev and a product. Okay, Rick is talking. Great. All right, so you download. First thing you got to do is download this. For now, and I don't know if we'll find a better solution or not, but this is a folder on my Google Drive that I just made public, and it's got this file in it that you need, this VZ dump Hassio 2.9. So you'll download that guy, and then you're going to need some way to transfer that file onto your Proxmox box. That sounds like Fox and Socks and Box. You need to transfer that into your Proxmox box. And so one easy way to do that is WinSCP. If you have another way to do it whatever way you have, if you shuffle files around in between your machines. But this is an easy way to do it. So, and the next few lines here are about doing that. This is when you set up, I can open up that WinSCP so you can see what these settings are talking about. Okay, so is it not going to let me move it? Yeah, it will. Okay, whoa, it's huge. Okay, great. So when you set up WinSCP, it's going to make you pick which machine you want to log into. So for mine, let me just move this so I can see these instructions at the same time. Okay. All right. So when Mark says here, file protocol SFTP, that's right here. And then the Proxmox IP address, this is my Proxmox IP address right here. And then port number 22. And then user is root. And then when you set up Proxmox, when you install Proxmox, you'll have you have to put a password in. And that's what the password that you put here. When you're first doing this on WinSCP, you can click new site and you put all that stuff in from scratch. All right. So once you get that in, then you can do login and it's going to connect. And there you go. It's connected. So now this is my Windows machine that I'm working on, all this fancy stuff you see here. And then over here is my Proxmox box. Can't help it. Fox and Socks and Socks and Box. I used to read the kids that book all the time. All right. Now let's see if I can fumble my way through this. We're starting in the root folder here, and then we're going to go to var, correct?
Correct.
And these instructions are here. He says right here, double click and click folder does not, oh, again. So you go to var, and then you go to lib.
Correct.
And then
VZ.
And then which one?
All the way on the bottom, VZ.
VZ, okay. Oh, and then if you have a dump folder, that's where we're going. If you don't have a dump folder, then you need to make a new folder and call it dump. True?
Correct.
Okay. So we're going to go in the dump folder here, and you can actually already see it's already there because we copied it there and I left it there. But if I needed to, I would go over here to wherever I put the thing. I think I put it on desktop. Oops.
Download. Desktop.
And then right here. So you just grab this, copy it over there, drag, drop, done. So it copies over to the Proxmox box. And then once you go into Proxmox, it will show up under, let's see, you're going to go onto local and then content. And then it will show up right here. See that? Beautiful. So once you've got that there, what this is posing as a backup, is that right, Mark? Essentially,
Correct.
It's posing as a backup.
Yes.
So in order to install it, what we're going to do is restore it. And we're going to restore it, and we're going to give it an ID name. Now, if you have other numbers, these are the IDs. So 100 is my first one, 101 is the second one. So this has to be something other than those two numbers. We're just going to say 102. And then I think we leave everything else the same, correct?
Correct.
Okay, restore.
And it could be any number. I think it has to be over 100, but
make it easy. Put it in order.
Yep.
And that's it. So it's going to run, and I think it says it's okay. It says it's done now, right?
Task okay means it's done.
And then now, the next thing we're going to do here, and this is an important step. Next thing we're going to do is we could just start this up, but if we start it up, then we would no longer have a sort of pure, easy, ready to go install of Hassio sitting there waiting for us. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to make it a template. So we're going to convert to template. Say yes.
That's it.
And is it a template? Where'd it go?
Now if you right click again.
Oh, there it goes. Now change the icon change. So now it's a template. So now I can right click it and I want to clone it, correct?
Well, at this point, you can change the memory, you can change the prox, you can, you know, you can change anything you want. You can expand the disk. I usually go a little bigger than it's 32 gigs right now. It has 2 prox, 2 gigs of RAM. You know, you can just set it up any way you want.
So you already got it set up pretty good. So you got 2 gigs of RAM, you've got 2 cores, and 32 gigabytes.
Correct.
So, but you can modify this if you wanted to.
You can modify it if you want. You can add things. You can do whatever you want to it, and then you just say clone the next step.
So we're going to clone it. Now it's going to call it 103, and we're going to call this Mark M is awesome. Okay, we're going to clone that guy, and now it's going to pop up here as another drive. Now that we're here, we can start this baby up, and it's that simple. Bang, start it up, and then if we go to console, we can see it work. And if you've ever had the monitor up when you started Hassio for the first time, this is what it looks like, because that's what's happening. This is a fresh, brand new install of Hassio. So exciting.
Yes. So this is basically the VMDK file that I pulled down, brought it in, converted it to a QCOW2, sucked it into the LVM, you know, configured this whole thing, and then did a snapshot. So it's a completely a fresh image of 2.9, and it should come up to the login prompt when you first log on.
Isn't that amazing? That is amazing. You could run this on anything. And you see Tendra, in fact, see Carlos saying, oh yeah, he's jealous of the Nook running on an old laptop. What are you running this on now, Mark? Are you running it on an old laptop? Is that what you've done?
Yep, I have it on an old laptop, 4-core.
So and Seagray, yes. Now I have 3 Home Assistant Hassio operating systems running, and they all have different IP addresses and everything. Do you plan to keep an image up to date? You know, that's a good question. I don't know how much work it is. I probably wouldn't unless there were major changes. Like when we went from Hassio to HassOS, you know, when they made that major change, that's probably would be a time where maybe go back in and do it. But what you can do with it as it is right now is you start it, and then as soon as you start it up, you update it, right? So
exactly,
no big deal. I mean, you can do the update as soon as you start it before you restore any snapshots or anything like that. So okay, so it looks like it's done. So I'm going to look through this is probably still.
So let's ask the question here. Is there a way for somebody to get the IP address off the box from the console?
Yeah. Does anybody know, you Proxmox users, is there a way for me to get the IP address here? Oh, of course there is.
Hassio. No, that's the Hassio thing. I mean, you can see it, but just looking at the console, can I?
Oh, can you see it here?
I can type in.
I can't scroll.
No, you'd have to log in and.
So with Docker, you only have one version of Linux running and then 3 applications of whatever on top. Yes. Would be less memory than 3 virtual machines. Yeah. But the reason that I'm doing it this way and the reason I want virtual machines is because I want them to be completely separate from each other. Even if that means I have to install the add-ons separately, I want just a separate, completely standalone, essentially a different machine that I can play with. So.
And you want the store, add-on store.
Yeah, and I want the add-on store. If you run Docker, then you don't have the Hassio add-ons available to you because you have to just install those yourself. Because Hassio is essentially running Docker and managing containers for you every time you do an add-on. It's just putting it in a new container. So sounds like a lot of overhead. It's not much overhead at all. Not if you want to run. I mean, it depends on how you're doing it, Joe. If you're doing it on a Pi or on an old laptop, that kind of machine, and all you want to do on there is one instance of Hassio, then you're right. You don't have to do all this. But if you, so I went from running on a Pi to running on VM manager on Windows machine. So I had to have a virtual machine because I wanted to use the hardware that I was already using for my Windows stuff, but I wanted to use it to run Hassio. So we had to carve out a little bit of the resources and hardware resources, dedicate those to a virtual machine running Hassio. Well, then I had a second one of those, and because I wanted a development version as well. And then I don't remember how, well, Whiskers brought it up. When I got the Nook. And now I've got this dedicated little computer that I can use, but it's got way more hardware than I need for just Hassio. So instead of wasting 32 gigabytes of RAM that Hassio is just not going to use, I wanted to install some sort of base layer that was going to let me create virtual machines. Because I don't know what I might want to install next to my Hassio installs on the Nook, but I want the ability to be able to expand at some point without needing to redo all my Hassio stuff again. So with Proxmox, I've got it. I can now install, if I wanted to install Windows on there, or you could probably figure out a way to install Mac or something like that on there, just basic Linux, or I could run Docker and do something totally different, see what Hassio is like with Docker. So now I've got the ability to use the resources of the Nook without changing my Hassio, my production version Hassio that's running on there that's really controlling all my stuff. So that's what it's like.
I just installed Android today on Proxmox.
Oh, did you? Oh, that would be cool.
So that way I can run TinyCam, and I can get my WiseCam into Home System.
yeah. And Rick says, you're right, Rick. This video is for people who have horsepower and don't know what to do with it. That is the truth. Okay. All right. So I was about to look at the, I should be able to see the, can I see the IP address here? Maybe not. I can't remember. I'll just look at it on my phone. 94.
I don't think so.
94. So now if I go to 192.168.94.8123, boom, ready to start Home Assistant. There you go. And now if I was gonna restore from a backup, say I had a crash, or if you're migrating from another machine to something like this, this is the part where you set it up basically, and then you update it, and then you transfer over your backup and reinstall your backup. So that's it. Do you see how cool that was and how fast? Amazing. Great work, Mark. Great work.
Thanks.
Why do you say it doesn't work? Oh, Mark, somebody, what is it that didn't work?
So from the console on here, go ahead, log in here once. Log into the.
Log in here.
Go to Proxmox.
So I have to create a new one. What?
Go to Proxmox and log into the console.
Oh, here.
Yep. And hit enter. Type root. And log in. Well, from right here, ipconfig doesn't work. Type ipconfig, doesn't work. And
now help.
Type login.
What does help tell you? There's nothing here, right?
You've never seen it in here where you can get the IP address out of here, but then from here, just type login. And now type ipconfig again.
Ugh.
Nothing. So it's not there, or
so there's something up there. There was a Hassio. Oh no, never mind. Oh, IP token string, config file, default assistant YAML, point string, raw JSON. Is it just me, or is the stream horrible on YouTube? Oh, it might be because I'm screen sharing at the same time with Mark. Let me just, you don't need to see my screen, right, Mark?
No.
Okay, let's just stop the screen share. I don't want to leave call, but stop sharing screen. That should help. Yep. That should help. Let me know if that makes it better, guys. IF config. Did I? Oh, I put IP config. No, not there. Yeah. I just went out.
Oh,
I don't have a
have
Hassio
config.
login. What's
So
that?
I just did a find. I don't see it out there though. So it's not in this
I have
container.
config -a. Well, right now I'm stuck with this login to Hassio. I'm
No, type
escaping and
exit.
control.
Oh, the login?
Now it
Oh,
thinks my login is exit.
root. Oh,
No IF config, guys. IP address. Okay. Nope. What else do you want me to try? Did you mean to have an I there, Idaho? Or is it just with a net stat? This is fun. Nope. What else you guys got? Does it have the IP command? Nope.
well, try hit log on once because I don't think there's much of anything here.
Okay, try it here.
Type login and get to a command prompt, and then or prompt, and then.
But wait, so then here I need to type root, don't I?
This is the no, just type login. This is the what is it? Hassio command line that you're at, and that's got just Hassio commands.
Okay. Follow the commands on Rob's video. What did he do? Did he do this? All we're trying to do right here is just get the IP address. Seems like a very stripped down version of Linux. Exactly, William. And it's there just to do virtual machines. Hassio defaults print. Oh,
There's no
did you
sudo
try
either.
turning it off and back on again? That's a great idea. gprep command. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just something I need to dig more into to figure out how to do it.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
but
it's a pain to. Go ahead.
Anyways, it's we don't need to spend any more time on that. That was just a little thing to say. Is there an easy way to find your IP address right here? And yeah, maybe there is, but Control D. So add-ons, completion, hardware, HassOS, supervisor. What was that going to do?
What are you trying to do?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just responding to whatever somebody posts about what I should type in. Okay, so Chad says, is running on a Home Assistant on a Raspberry is good or close to running on a VM? Your friends are having a blast bombing you every time you redo your install and opening up your firewalls, playing around. So running, Chad, if I think the Raspberry Pi is good for getting started, but if you're sure that you're gonna use a lot of Home Assistant, you're gonna want to grow out of it. One, it's a little low on kind of a lot low on horsepower. So as your Home Assistant install gets bigger, you get more devices, your files get bigger. Doing stuff like restarting after you change the config and such takes longer and longer and longer, to the point that it might be 5 or 10 minutes for you to restart Home Assistant after you've made a 30-second change to some config file. So that's reason number one, is the Raspberry Pi gets pretty low on horsepower. And the second thing that's been happening to a lot of people is the SD card takes a crap. And that may be what you're talking about. You've had to redo your install. So those are the real reasons to switch to a different kind of an install. And if you have an old laptop, is a great way. And if that's all you're going to use it for, is just to install Hassio, that's probably fine. Do it. You could probably use a 10-year-old laptop and run Hassio, and it'll be more powerful than Raspberry Pi, and that'd be great. But unless you have, if you have, like somebody said earlier, more horsepower than you know what to do with, then if you have more horsepower than you know what to do with, then you go to virtual machine, because that way you can just carve out a little bit of that horsepower or hardware resources and dedicate what you need for Home Assistant, and then leave the rest for whatever else you want to do. Print IVP. Should I do it at this one? IPv4. Yeah, but I need to get out of this.
Log in.
No, but that's not what I want. So I'm at root. So I do root. And it gives me the Hassio command, line. But I want something before that, don't I? Like that. I want the layer under that. Is that not right? Because this is where I just tried this. IPv4. Yeah. Nope. Print not found. And somebody else said something. You can check the router. Yeah, I know, Paul. That's the way to do it. That's what we did. I just went to the router to find it. It was a question that somebody brought up, and now we can't get past it. Is there a way at the console for Hassio to get your IP address right here? And I think the way to resolve this is to not look at the console anymore. All right. What else? What are the questions? You guys have other questions about why we got Mark right here? If you guys have questions about Proxmox, Mark's what, a 4 or 5 day expert now, right?
At least 5.5 days.
5.5 days, but he's an expert.
Been up and running.
His Proxmox is an is an operation system like Unraid or VM software like VirtualBox. Yes, Nick, that's exactly right. Should work at the start. Yeah, none of them work. I give up. I give up. I had the root prompt. I don't know, whatever. Maybe choose a different next to my hardware config. Anyways, ping Hassio local. Oh, I could do that. That's a good idea. I would do that from a different place, right? If I did, I think it's on 3, but anyways, whatever. Thanks for everybody's suggestions. I'm past it now. Setting up a smart boat. Oh, that's awesome. So minimal cloud and maximum coolness will be fun. Oh, that will be fun. That will be very fun. What's under the hardware tab? Does it have network information there? Oh, on Proxmox? I'm sure on Proxmox you can get it. Yeah. On Proxmox you can get it. I'm pretty sure.
So this can probably do just about everything that Unraid, well, it can do everything that Unraid can do. It's Linux like anything else. And Unraid, I think, has just a little easier interface for disk stuff.
Network. It should show the IP address in here somewhere too, Mark, or no? In Proxmox?
I don't think so, but
oh, really?
You can poke around. That's nothing.
Meh. So I want to know more about the smart boat. What are you going to put on it? There's a great YouTube channel about Home Assistant running on a boat. Really? That would be fun. How's it set up? Is Hassio in a VM in a Docker? So Ian, Hassio is, we only have 2 layers really. We have Proxmox is, what did somebody call it? The bare metal install, right? That's the bottom
Correct.
layer. That's what everything is going to be built off of. And then you carve out just what you need and run Hassio as a virtual machine, as if you were installing it on a Raspberry Pi or whatever. And you can allocate resources and such however you like. So Proxmox is essentially just a VM operating system. A few people have asked, can you access Proxmox outside your home network? Yeah, you can. You'd have to open a port and such. Do you agree with that, Mark? Is there anything else?
Or no, I don't know about if you had a subscription, if that does anything for you, but you set up a VPN tunnel there, and actually you can come in here, you can create a container, and OpenVPN is in here.
Oh, awesome. So you can,
If you want
so
to,
you can run, yeah, you could run make another. Oh, you could do it just as a container.
yep.
What did you do to
Click
end up
on
getting all those containers? Do you remember?
local Proxmox on
Okay,
the left.
and then
I'm
we'll
looking at
go.
the screen and it's way behind, so I don't know if it.
Okay,
So you click on local Proxmox.
create CT.
No. Now go to cancel that. Go to content. Yep, look there, content. Now templates
Ah,
in the middle. In the middle. Nope,
look at all
templates right
this.
in the
I know.
middle.
I'm just looking at all this turnkey. That's a lot of stuff. Okay,
Templates. Click on templates.
I did.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
It's just a
And there you
delay.
go. So open VPN right there. You just passed it. Scroll down a little bit. It's a turnkey template.
Okay, so it's in here somewhere.
Down further. Couple screens down.
Open VPN right there. Okay. So, and what we said earlier too is what this is. This isn't going to install a virtual machine, right? This is going to install it as a container.
Correct.
Yeah. So this wouldn't install. Well, I don't know,
But
whatever it would.
it's now like Docker. It's a Linux machine running OpenVPN
Yeah.
specifically.
So Proxmox would install OpenVPN as a container of itself, kind of like Docker would install something like that.
Correct. And if you hit download,
And it'll probably be done in about 30 seconds, right?
yeah, it's tiny. It's a little zip file.
Yeah. Proxmox hosts VMs. HassOS hosts containers. Yes. Good description. Thank you. Yeah, you're right, Joe. Thank you. Just trying to get an idea on your setup. The way I have my setup is VM, then you do Hassio install, which then installs Docker. So you end up with this weird bare metal VM Docker Hass world. I guess, yeah. So I mean, I have Proxmox so that I don't use all the resources of the Nook just for Hassio. But I want Hassio to manage its own containers and its own, essentially Docker stuff with add-ons. So I want that to work just like it does, because I like how the add-ons work with Hassio. It's very easy for me. I wouldn't do a bunch of this stuff if I didn't have help. So, for a lot of us that don't have a lot of the help, Hassio with add-ons is great. So I would want to keep that. But Proxmox is a nice way to get to the VMs really simply and really fast. And man, compared to when I had Hassio running on the VM manager, this is way faster. I mean, just switching back and forth here and refreshing the page and doing a config check and stuff is just so much faster. And it's probably because you don't have the bulk of Windows using up resources. So close that down. Yeah. Cool. So HassOS uses Docker to manage the containers. Exactly. That's the way I have it. Okay, good. Proxmox, what he said, or Unify controller, use Hyper-V. Okay, so you're using the same setup as probably. Yes. If you don't want to spend a ton of money on a Nook, buy the bricks. Ooh, look at the bricks by a gigabit. Ooh, cool. Good night, Ian. Have a good night, man. Have a good night. Okay, so somebody brought up it. You guys can toss more questions about Proxmox if you want. Oh, this is too much power for a tiny house.
Somebody just said ping Hassio from the command line, and it comes back and says Hassio is alive. Doesn't actually give you the IP address. That would have been awesome.
Somebody says sudo ifconfig eth0.
Yeah, there's no sudo command either.
I'm deciding on a computer to run Home Assistant in the tiny house I'm currently building. Are you really building one of those tiny houses? 525? I think that I might. I don't know. I really like that idea. I'm not going to live in one, but because my wife would never do it. Is this a better idea than just running the HassOS on Nook image? It depends on what you. The only reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to use the resources of the Nook potentially for other things, because the Nook I have is pretty strong and it was more than I needed for just Hassio. But if you didn't want to run anything else but Hassio, then yeah, just do that. Great if you want to run things other than Home Assistant stuff like Pi-hole, for instance. Yeah. All right. Do you have an always-on computer? If yes, what do you run on it? So, oh, hey, Alian. Well, right now, the only always-on computer that I have is now this Proxmox Nook, because I was leaving this Windows 10 machine on all the time, but it was getting hot. Like, it was just constantly running, and when it's getting hot, that means it's costing me money. Not only do I have to cool the house down, but it means it's using electricity, and I didn't need it to be. The only reason I was leaving it running all the time was for Hassio. And so now that I've moved over to the Nook is the only one that's running all the time, that's really running all the time, that has to run all the time, and I can let my Windows 10 machine go to sleep if I haven't used it for a little while. Dell PowerEdge, yeah, there's a whole bunch of these. How much does what cost, Nick? Why not just check your Google router for connected devices? Yeah, we could do that. I mean, that's what I did. That we were just wondering if there was a way at the command line for Hassio to get the IP address, and if anybody knew. But that was a can of worms I did not realize we were opening by asking that question. But it's because everybody wants to help. Did
So I think that is the way to do it.
Go ahead.
Say that is the way to do it. That NMCLI, con edit, Hassio. That was what Rob was doing when he was changing the IP address and that. So that it might tell you in there. We just need to. I just was looking for an easier way than
doing all this stuff he did.
Opening my phone, opening the app. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, just look at your router. All right.
Yep.
You can run sudo on HassOS. I have confused enough, at least your network IP, ping SAO. You already have a tiny house. You don't have a tiny castle back. That's true. It's got a leaky roof though, Marty. There's no weatherproof in that thing at all. It's the second floor on that, which is essentially the roof, is just decking. That I can't remember what it's called, but just that, plastic vinyl decking stuff. So there's just cracks. And that's how I got away with it, because the city was like, oh, you're going to have to drain. How are you going to drain the water? And I'm like, oh, the water just drains straight down. This is a deck. But yeah, I do. SOS is alive. Okay, you guys are still chatting there. Okay. First time live from Toronto. Hey, Mark R. How's it going? Thanks for being here.
Did you want to show how to
What's
load
that?
that LXC container, the Open VPN?
Oh, did I finish? I didn't finish, did I?
No.
Okay. Now it says task go finished. Okay, now what?
Click on create. I don't know what it says. Create
CT.
CT. Yep.
Okay. And then what?
I gotta look. The stream is way behind.
Yeah.
Give it a host name. Call it OpenVPN. Put a password in. Hit next.
And then there it is. There's my OpenVPN template.
So then give it a 32 gigs or 16 or I don't know how big.
Just kind of clicking yes to
should
all
be.
these. I don't need anything else here. Do bridge. Yeah, leave that the same. Guess we don't have a choice. Okay. DHCP. Whatever. It's already finished. Okay, so then it's going to install the container for
OpenVPN.
Proxmox is the OS, Rick. Proxmox is the OS. Just look at your router equals, just flip the light switch. It's about the challenge. That's right. That's right, Carlo. It's about the challenge. That's why. Can you install Proxmox? Okay. I don't think, that would, so what was it Rick? Who said it? Nick. Okay, you guys have already sorted that out. says, can you install Proxmox on Windows PC? Yeah, you wouldn't want to. It would be like you'd be installing. Well, I guess you could, wouldn't you? I don't know. You wouldn't want to if you didn't have to, just because. I guess you'd need some other virtual way to install it, right? There's not a Proxmox that runs on top of Windows. Yeah, there you go. Idaho Joe tells you Proxmox would replace Windows. That's right.
Yeah. It is a bare metal hypervisor.
Yeah, so it's right on the hardware, nothing else. There's a video at the hookup about backing up home system. The address is this video. Good. Proxmox is the OS. Okay, cool. Exclude under recorder. Okay. Anyways, so there we go. That's it. And now we have OpenVPN running right here if I wanted to start it and stuff, but I don't really need it, but that's what you could do. Yeah, Proxmox running on Windows is called VirtualBox. That's about right. ProMix is probably stripped down version of Linux. Yeah, Proxmox. Yes. Bobby, you're right. Okay, let's switch gears. Somebody asked a while back earlier about MotionEye. Somebody asked about MotionEye. Was that right? Who's using MotionEye for things? Mark, are you using MotionEye at all?
No,
going to hang with the wifey a bit. See you on the rewind. Okay. See you later, Carlo. Thanks, man.
I just have a few wise cams. Struggling.
Are you using them?
Assistant.
Oh, you just putting them into Home Assistant, or are you using MotionEye?
No, I'm not using MotionEye yet.
Okay.
That's down the road.
So, good. Hey, Luis is here. We're doing this for you, Luis, because we heard you were so excited to go get it installed, and it went so well. We just all got excited about it. How is OpenVPN involved? 525. That was just an example of how you can install just a program in a container.
LXC container.
Yeah. So just like Docker has their containers, Proxmox has containers. And in those containers, you don't install a whole operating system. You just install the software that you want. So, and they had that list that we went through, I don't know where it was now, but there was a whole list of templates. What we did essentially was made a Hassio template. What Mark did here was make a Hassio template the first few minutes of the stream. So now I can restart a new instance of Home Assistant anytime I want from this template. Well, there's templates already built into Proxmox for a whole bunch of things. So you can play around with different things. Like Mark said, he installed Android on it a little while ago. And you can do Windows on it. And you can do all kinds of different Linux distributions and stuff like that. So, Letuan, awesome. Thanks for subscribing, man. Tell us about Wise. You have 5. Okay, let's see. Somebody else has something else. Wise will soon have a RSTP to use with MotionEye. Yes, I'm excited about that. I want that to happen soon. I did. Ran out on your mother-in-law. That's so funny. Okay. All right. So what we were talking about. Oh, LA View now with Blink. Okay, cool. 3 cams with MotionEye. Okay, Sean. What kind of cameras? How much does Proxmox cost? It's $0, Nick. Unless you want it to do the subscription, in which case they give you support, but you don't have to pay for any features. It's all free. All right. So up here. So I started messing around with. I don't know why this thing keeps doing this to me. Anyways, so I started messing around with MotionEye. So I've got it working as this is the Hassio add-on for MotionEye. 9 camera setups with Motion. Nice. So what I wanted to do is I've got a bunch of, thanks to Woody, thank you again, Woody. I've got a whole bunch, well, not a whole bunch, but I've got 3 Pi Zeros and the cameras with the infrared. And so I wanted to, what I thought was going to be the good way to do this was to install MotionEye OS. MotionEye OS. Because this is essentially a version of Linux that is all set up to use MotionEye on the Pi that you install it on. And when you go here to MotionEye and you want to add a camera, one of your choices is remote MotionEye camera. Oh, so I thought, well, that'll be fantastic because I could just install MotionEye OS on these Raspberry Pi Zeros and piece of cake, right? It'll just pop right in. Yeah, and yes, but no. And they do pop in and you can get to them. But what I have found is that running, and maybe you guys can tell me this, maybe this is something you guys already knew who've been working with this stuff. But when you install MotionEye on a Raspberry Pi Zero, you can't get more than about 2 frames per second. That's pretty crappy. And that's because it's trying to also monitor motion. So there might be a way to disable that and maybe look at it a little bit better. I was just barely started playing with this earlier today, like in the morning before I got called into work. So I'm not sure what the solution is going to be. My guess is it's going to be to not use MotionEye on these Raspberry Pi Zeros, but to use something else. So this is one that I just started using as an alternative, and you can see it's pretty good. It's not, you're definitely getting, I don't know how many frames per second, but it's more than 2. Might be pretty decent, might be 15, 30, maybe even. Probably not 30, maybe 15. But this is just on Raspbian Lite, and then I can't remember what the software's called, but when I piece it all together, I'll let y'all know about it. That's not it either. Anyways, but this is what I want to try and use, and now I want to try and you can turn off. Is that so what happens if you do that, Paul? Let me see, because I've got these other ones here. Let's turn on another one of these. You guys all right to talk about cameras for a bit? Mark, you okay to hang out with me? Just hanging on in my ear here?
Yeah, absolutely. Just chatting here.
Okay, one second. All right. So let's try that. Let's try that, Paul. I'm gonna plug back in one of these Pi Zeros with camera. Unfortunately, right now I got the cameras and I got the Pi Zeros, but I only got one camera cable. I only got one camera cord because the Pi Zero has the funky cord, and the cameras don't come with that cord, unfortunately. Yeah, so that's the thing. The RSTP, Mark, you talking about on MotionEye? You help me find it. To your 12-year-old boy Peyton, you bet. He thinks it's cool. Can't believe you're live. Awesome, Chad. Hey Peyton, how's it going? You're 12? That's grown up. 12's grown up. You guys get to drive yet? Your dad letting you drive sometimes in the parking lot, anyways? You like this kind of stuff, Peyton? You have your own Arduino yet to play with? Dad should get you one if you don't have one yet.
Yeah, so I was running that, well, no, not what you're talking about, MotionEye, but with TinyCam Pro and the Wise Cams. So I was running TinyCam Pro on a old cell phone and using it that way. And now, like I said, today I just got Android x86 running on Proxmox and installed TinyCam Pro on it, and it's got the website. It's running RSTP, and it's able to share with HA.
Oh, I missed the beginning of that because I took my headphone out. Say that again.
So I was running TinyCam Pro, which has a website that's advertising RSTP, and it can HA can stream that. So that's what you need. So I was running it on an old cell phone.
Okay, cool.
So now I can get rid of that cell phone. I just lit up Android x86 on Proxmox, and it seems to run. I got TinyCam installed. I don't know how efficient it is. I have no idea, but I just got it done an hour ago. And with that now, so now I'm running Android on Proxmox with TinyCam Pro, and I can now stream it to HA without having another phone or tablets running on the side. because that's the only way that I'm aware of to get Wisecam streams into H Tiny Pro.
This thing's being dumb. Okay, so here's my other, this is the other one, and you can see the crappy frame rate. Look at that. Horrible. So, I probably have to, you should be able to control this from here, but that red box there tells me that there's probably going to be something wrong with it. So let's see if we can go in here. So this is now this Pi Zero camera. This other one up here is my 3D printer that's running on a different Pi. So let's see if we can go in here and change some settings to turn off the motion detection. Let's just turn off motion detection. Yeah, see? It will. If you're in, so I'm in the version of MotionEye that is running on Home Assistant, and I have grabbed as a remote MotionEye camera my Pi Zero camera, and when I try and make changes to the Pi Zero camera, it says no. It says can't do it. Okay, so instead we'll just go directly to that Pi Zero, which I think is 105. Sure, it's 105, yeah. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go ahead and do it in here. But if I turn off video streaming, how am I going to get the video? See that red? I'm guessing this red box means something's not, like it's maxed out or something. See, that's still no good. Still not good enough. Okay, so if I turn off, so what somebody was telling me, and I was actually getting, I posted this question in the, posted this question in here somewhere on one of these, let's see. Let me find it. When you have trouble with your skills, he's always making you feel like Superman. Awesome. Even when you can't even load a new screensaver. That's awesome, Chad. Well, he's going to be taking care of you when you're old, too. So that's awesome. Well, good job, Peyton. Thanks for taking care of Dad. Dads need some TLC sometimes, too, huh? The red box means it's recording from motion. Oh, is that what it means? I installed it yesterday, you know. I installed it yesterday, so it's a perfect time to stream about it. All right. What used NUC do you guys recommend? Even an older model will be overpowered for Hassio. So the one I have is an i3 from 2015. And it was like, I think if you tried to buy it now, it'd be about $300, I think. Okay, I was going to look at my emails because in here was somebody replying to MotionEye. And this is C. Christen, who's this guy, right? He wasn't the one that responded, but he said live streaming will give you very low frame rate because it uses the CPU to encode the MPEG stream. The 15 frames per second can only be achieved when recording using H.264 OMX. So essentially, I mean, so if I turn off, maybe let's try it. We'll turn off video streaming. But then how am I going to get a stream to the other camera? Like to MotionEye? Like, what's the point? Still low. Still crap. And you can see how delayed that was. I don't know why this thing always wants me to apply some changes. See, you can see down here, it's only 3 frames per second. So, Yeah, that's not good enough. Not good enough. So then I've got this other, well, now I turned it off because I only have one camera, but there's a blue triangle. On the stream, there's a blue triangle. This one? Oh, and this is the recordings? Oh, cool. This must have been last night. So maybe I was playing with it last night. Oh, today's the 17th, isn't it? No, today's the 18th. Click on the blue triangles. Yeah, so you can go in here and you can change things. I know, I got that. But what am I missing? Better than 2 frames per second. Yeah, now it's 3. We increased our frames per second by 50%. Just like that. This is what you mean over here, Luis, right? Hey, Mayank. How's it going? Good morning. You must be on the other side of the world. Lower the stream quality a bit. Oh, man, like, so this is totally defeating the purpose. You know, it's already only 720. I guess you mean the stream down here on this. Let's see, stream frame rate, decrease the quality. Try. Still not good enough. Not good enough. Oh, we're up to 4 frames per second. 4 frames per second. But look at that crappy picture, man. This is supposed to be like a pretty good camera, I would have thought. But so is the processor for a Pi 0 significantly different than a Pi 3? Because I have some extra Pi 3s. In fact, I have less and less need for them all the time because now I've got a Nook with virtual machine. I can just put everything there. But anyways, I don't want to dumb this down. I mean, I guess you could for the live stream part. Okay, I see what you're saying. For the live stream part, maybe you could dumb it down as long as the recording part that gets triggered with motion. So let me ask you this. If in this sort of host instance of Motion Eye, can I manage the motion detection? I can't, right? I can't. If I turn on motion detection here, it's going to offload the processing of that motion detection onto the Pi 0 where it's coming from. Yeah, this ain't going to work. It's just not going to work. So this is the better one. This is what I'm going to end up using. I can't remember where I got the instructions from. Oh, actually, I saved this page. Oh, it's right here. So these are the instructions that I started following. RPi Cam web interface, and that is this one. The camera's unplugged now, but this definitely was running faster. I hadn't gotten to the point of bringing that into Motion Eye yet, but that would be my next thing. You just need to buy a Nook for each camera. That's all. Wilhelm, you are so right, man. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. You got it. Do I have any Xiaomi sensors? I don't. Got a Hassio on VirtualBox, and they're not working good. Oh man. Does it have its own hub? Do the Xiaomi sensors have like a hub and you're trying to interface with it with your VirtualBox? Use Motion Eye on a 3B Plus and never get more than 5 frames per second no matter what the settings. Yeah, see, what's the point, man? Gosh. Okay, maybe the point is to make me Motion Eye. The live stream frames per second is going to be low, but what you want is for it to capture video.
Thanks for sharing your time with us. I feel more inspired and guided. Smiley face.
Oh, hey, thanks, Chad. Did you hear that? Did everybody hear that? I forgot about that. I haven't done that in a long time. Thanks, Dane. Oh, man. Thanks, guys. I'd forgotten all about that whole thing. Thank you, Chad. The Pi 0 has an ARM v6 and ARM v7 on the Pi 3. Yeah. So still probably not good enough though, huh? Wherever the Motion Eye main is hosted is what will do the motion detection. Oh, okay. The Motion Eye, the main. Okay. So the other thing was the other thing that they said to try and I didn't think it made any difference. They do have an option where they want you to, or they have an option for fast network something. Network link. Fast network camera. So if I switch this to yes, if I turn on fast network camera, then that's supposed to optimize the Pi. It's supposed to be using a GPU. I didn't know the Pi's had a GPU, but maybe they got a GPU on there. It's supposed to be using the GPU and then making it a better network camera instead of, and so I'm assuming offloading some of that stuff. Yeah, turn on fast network camera, Dane says. There you go. You know much about this, Dane? Then you working with these? The Dark Knight Falls coming soon. Was there another Dark Knight movie? That's how you use it, Ian? Okay. So I tried it with fast network camera. It still didn't do it very well. So we'll try it again right now and see what comes up. But I'm thinking, so I was reading somewhere else and they said what you want to do is just set up the Pi and the camera to be, to host an RSTP feed, right? And then you can have Motion Eye on the other end, at the host Motion Eye do the work, which is what I want to do because that's on the Nook. That's got the horsepower. Okay, so now that's better. It's better. It's better. Okay, it's better. Now if I go, but now I don't have motion detection anymore. What if I go now to here? Probably refresh this or something. So what's up with this? Where to go? And it gives me like no options to change anything. Do I need to re-add the camera? For the effort and money, just use the wise cams. Yeah, you know what, Ian? That's what I'm trying to find out. I want to know what is the best, simplest, best value, most effective way to do this. And I think the options are, I thought this would be a good one, and maybe there's still some tweaking that can make it better, but as of right now, I'm not super impressed. There's the wise cams. There's and then there's I like the pan tilt zoom cams like the Amcrest. They're not too much. I mean, if you look at a wise cam that's pan tilt zoom for, what are they selling for? About 50, aren't they? 40. And then if you get them on sale, you can get a similar resolution Amcrest camera, 70 or something. So remove and re-add the camera. Okay. I can just hit this, right? Remove camera. Bye-bye. Add camera. Remove Motion Eye camera. I don't think I need 8081. Let's see what it says. I can't remember now what I put in. If you set it to 4:3, you see more of the image. Just crops it. Oh, really? Oh, wow, really? You put your wise cams outdoors? Oh, that's good. Did you do anything to them, Mike? Did you seal them up at all? No cameras there. Just waiting for wise cams to have native RTSP. It's supposed to be coming. I think I heard April. Have you guys heard the same thing? I've heard April's when that's supposed to happen. I wonder if this is the wrong password. I just need to take stupid passwords off. Just causing me grief. See, even this, like, there's too much that doesn't work right when it should work seamlessly. That's how I'm thinking about this. When if Motion Eye is supposed to be able to, you know, just grab another remote Motion Eye camera, then why is it not just grabbing another Motion Eye camera? Why is it giving me grief about you know, whatever this is, the request timeout from this IP address or something? I don't know what the problem is there. It's probably me. I'm probably doing something wrong. See, it won't. It's got to be 80, 81. And then that's like all the passwords I could have possibly used. I don't know. You turned off streaming on the 0, and that's stopping this from working. I don't know, maybe. Can you ping that address? Well, I know that address is working because I can go here and it's working. So I know that camera is working. That address is working. It's just a matter of not being able to bring that camera into here, which is a problem. And if I could try it just as a network camera. I guess so now I've got it. This is just a network camera. It's not even as a. It's not giving me the frames per second, but now it's not showing me. It's not got it. And you can see the frames per second are pretty crappy still. So whatever, man. Whatever. I got to work on that some more. But I think Zone Miner is cheap. And integrates into home system. Yeah. Click on it once to get the FPS. Oh, is that how you get it? Okay. Look at that. 1.4. Lame. So you use this too, Seagray? You use Motion Eye? And then what is the other thing I was going to do? Okay, so I do have queso. Queso? We had queso for dinner. Fairly sure just network camera. Now you can change it. Okay. Oh, now that I changed it from Motion Eye to just a network camera. Okay. And now it's grabbing motion. Right? Is that what somebody said? It's recording because it's doing this. Camera 2. Okay, good. So I can turn off motion detection there. Okay, that's good. Okay, I like that. That's good. So that, like you were saying now, the Nook, the Hassio install of Motion Eye on my Nook is what's managing the motion detection. Okay, good. That's what I want. My frames per second still suck. You need more power. I need more power. You can help me on Discord. Okay, cool. Well, maybe let's do it. Let's do it off this another time. I'm probably gonna be getting ready for bed here. How long have we been at this? Do you guys know? Anyways, I want to try. I want to bring in some other cameras as well. I wish it would scan. You know, I wish it would scan for cameras. Ooh, Seagray must be saying hi. Luis, hey, how's it going? Ooh. This was probably a long time ago. Oh no, you just barely posted this. Which is gracias. Just FYI, what am I doing? Oh, look at that. That's horrible. So Martha has got, yeah, YouTube is bad. Why is YouTube so bad? They don't like me. No worries, Alian. No worries, dude. You don't ever have to apologize. You're fantastic. I appreciate what you do for me. Okay. Yeah. What I want is, I know I have one at 38. And I think it's 8080. But I need this. Adding your device as a simple MPEG camera instead of as a network camera will improve the frame rate, but no motion detection. Picture capturing or movie recording will be available for it. Picture capturing or movie recording. Camera must be accessible to both your server and your browser. This type of camera is not compatible with Internet Explorer. I still have a lot of camera stuff to learn. That's what I'm trying to do. It'd be helpful to get together a doc on how to set up Android on Proxmox. There you go. Oh, Mark's talking. Good. Captain, I'm giving her all she's got. I'm a doctor, not a... What does he say? Does MotionEye support OnViv that allows you to scan for cameras? Apparently not. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see a way to scan for cameras. It's too bad. It would be really nice if it did, right? Like, give me a list of my cameras when I do this. Network cameras or IP cameras are devices that natively stream RTSP or MJPEG videos or plain JPEG images. Consult your device's manual to find out the correct RSTP, MPEG, or JPEG URL. So I have a FOSS cam downstairs. 73 minutes. Okay, let's go for 15 more. The kids don't have school tomorrow. Going to try Android on Proxmox this week. Very cool. We haven't done stickers in a while. Let's do stickers tonight. Let's do stickers. Let me pull up the sticker thing. Stickers. I have to print more stickers. I ran out of stickers. Where's my stickers thing? Giveaways. There it is. All right, and if you're watching on Twitch, you have to go over to YouTube and type something in to get on the giveaway here. And if you see your name pop up there, then you know you're in the running for some sticker action. And Mark, you can just drop stuff in that folder too. Thanks, Johnny. You know what I wanted to ask? Back up a minute here. Never mind. Stickers. Hey, Chad, where's your boat? You said you're on a boat. You're working on the boat, making a smart boat. Where is it? If you don't mind telling us, not to be a creepy stalker or anything. Somebody wrote me a really nice message today, telling me not to share my location and stuff. Yeah, too late. I know, Satan. I know. I'm sorry, brother. Again, you just need to send me your address. I'll send you some stickers. We'd use the ARPI camera software dock on the zeros and then stream them into MotionEye. I think that's what I need to do. Is just use this simple stuff. And this may even be more complicated than I want to do. There's another way. I read, just a few command line things, and you just essentially take that camera and you just stream it. Just RSTP feed, poof. And then you just grab that in MotionEye and go. So, but then if doing that, then this, like I was hoping that having the processing, I was hoping the processing power on the zero would be a good thing, but it seems useless. It's not good enough apparently for running a camera. So, I was halfway through talking about something else. Oh, hey, thanks, Ano. Thanks for dropping by to say hi. Love you. Oh, thanks. Oh, hey, Glenn. Thanks, man. Pittman cabinet making. Oh, cool. And you can use MotionEye for motion detection on the Nook. Right. That's the point. That was one of the reasons for wanting to move to the Nook, because I wanted to use MotionEye, honestly. And then maybe something like Pi-hole. And those are going to be, sort of hardware intense. It's been a weird year. Your son and you were featured in Houseboat magazine in May. That's awesome. Do you have a link? Share a link with us. That'd be fun to see. You guys can not found a good way to set this camera up so you can actually see something with it. It just points at the ceiling. Ooh, these LEDs get hot. There we go. Now it'll be all wampus. So we don't have enough cameras on me. Enter. Yeah. You won already. You won't ask again until you have a floating head sticker, and then we'll love one of those. One color is okay. All right, sir, good enough. That's a good idea. I need to do that, don't I? I need some floating head stickers. FFmpeg. Ooh. Oh, so FFmpeg is that, and that's a I've seen that in Home Assistant. I've seen that, but I don't know. I mean, I'd have to do a little research on how to install and get a camera running with that on one of these. The Nook is a solid state drive, Dane. Yeah, it's an M.2 drive. If that makes sense to you. I didn't know what that was until I opened up the Nook. Yeah, I'd love to see the houseboat. Father-in-law has a DIY party barge. Oh, you know what I love? Is pontoon boats. Okay, this is the way you added your Pi zeros. Okay. Oh, 8765. Did you change that? Did you change that, Luis? Or is that... No, I forgot which one it was. So you did that as a motion eye remote cameras. I think, and you have them, Luis. Do you have them set as? Fast network cameras or something like that? Whatever that option was. It's command line utility. Okay. Oh, that sweater. This is the Vegas Nights. You like that? Do you recommend Home Assistant in a Windows PC? Super Mito. I think, with Hassio, it's probably, it depends on your hardware and stuff, but it's probably good to run it. If you have something like some, an old computer that you're not using, or especially laptop or something, then running Hassio as just the bare operating system is a great way to do it. If you do it, if you wanted to do a virtual machine, you could do Windows. If you have a Windows machine that you're keeping on all the time anyways, then you could do that. I wouldn't make it the first choice. I think first choice, if you have something with decent hardware that you want to just do Hassio on, then just do Hassio pure, nothing else. Number two, at this point, I would say if you wanted to run multiple things, that Proxmox that we were talking about earlier is a good way to go. And then if you already have a Windows machine that's already on it and that you can keep on all the time, then yes, install VM Manager and install Hassio as a virtual machine is a good option. Raspberry Pi is a good place to get started, but you're going to get off of it before too long. If you stick with it, you'll come off of it. Docker and an Ubuntu server. Yeah, that's the one I haven't done yet. Commandos. Motion is handled here. Okay, cool. No. Okay. Reliability and no head crash. That's right. Have a look at the SG1100 for your Pi-hole firmware. Oh, what's this? A cluster of Pis. I think, what's the score? Oh, is there a game? I know there was a game going on. Gregory. The score here? The score of how many people on the giveaway? I don't know what's fun. What is Windows? Yeah, exactly. What about a cluster of Pis? I don't know. I don't think a cluster of Pis. I think the problem with Pis is you're going to end up with a crashed SD card at some point. So Toronto Maple Leafs, awesome. So I actually grew up Red Wings fan, natively from Michigan, or ancestrally, I guess I should say, because I wasn't born there, but I grew up going there for vacations to visit grandparents, and then got to go there for med school. So Red Wings fan. But I'm from Vegas, and so they had such a great first season, and my family still lives there. I still have some sisters there and stuff, and my sister, this is a sad story, but roundabout thing, small world kind of stuff. So everybody heard about the that shooting at the concert, right? The Mandalay Bay, the shooting at the concert from about a year and a bit ago, last October. Not this one, but the one before. So the closest emergency room is the one where my sister works, and she's a nurse, and she's the manager of the ER, and she was there, and they just were getting more people than they could handle. Just every door, people were just coming in, all messed up. And then the Golden Knights have done a bunch of stuff, charitable stuff for the community after that, and especially for that hospital. They go in there all the time and do things for them. So my sister's extra special fond of them because of the goodwill that they have given back to the community and her hospital. So memory and too much I/O complications. All right. So their page is misleading me. Wouldn't be surprised. Well, Tyrone, whose page? I'll have to go back and see what you're talking about. Wish Home Assistant had an ESPN component to change your lights when your favorite teams, when they're playing. Yeah, did you see Trillis Adventures? I did one a long time ago because If This Then That used to have an ESPN trigger. And so I did. I had a video about it, and it worked great. When the game came on, my lights came on at the right color. And when the game was over and ESPN posted the final score, I got a notification, and it was an actionable notification. And if we won, then I pushed one button and it changed the lights to a different effect. And if they lost, then I pushed no, and the lights went off, and I started my mourning phase for the next week. But it stopped working with stinking between If This Then That not having not having an ESPN thing anymore, and oh my gosh, no, what's happening? No. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Dang it. You guys got to do your stickers thing again. I didn't have it set to 15 minutes. I had it set to 5 minutes. So if you said hi in the chat for stickers more than 5 minutes ago, you got to do it again. Dang it. Why not just make it the default? Anywho, thinking of setting something up like using Google Calendar sensor? That might work. If that works, Troy, let me know. PC has 2 gigabytes a minute, not 2 megabytes. Has one better. Has the option to allow you to add your own script to your team colors. Nice. Nice. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, that's the script. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, okay. We're gonna have to chat. We're gonna chat some more. I obviously you guys are way ahead of me on a lot of the Motion Eye stuff, so that's great. So I'm gonna be working on it, and we'll be streaming about it and chatting about it some more. So in the future. Sorry about the stickers thing. Jump back in, do it again. Say hi to everybody in the chat for some sticker win in action. Oh, what was the other thing I was gonna do? Oh, yeah. All right. Want more stickers? Yeah, I'm greedy. Google Calendar for game start. That's all you need. Yeah. Does it do a time? Does Google Calendar, will it do a time that the game starts? Or does it just do the date? It should do a time, right? It should do a time. All right. Does the Nook get hot like a laptop? I'm sure it gets a little hot. I don't know how hot it gets. Mine is in a closet next to this PC that gets very hot. So it's hard to tell where it's coming from, but I don't think it's too bad. No more YAML automation. So, YAML, did you guys all go to Node-RED or something? Thank you, Joshua. Thanks for subscribing. 86 minutes late. Oh, you just getting here, Dale? Well, hey, put your name in for stickers, man. Install Windows 7 vid capture system, and it works on Windows 7. Awesome. Stickers. Okay, should make some stickers out of flex tape. What would I do with that, Dean? Out of flex tape? You mean what flex tape? I don't understand flex tape. They're vinyl stickers. You don't have any automations. All Node-RED. I see now. Yep. And okay, then maybe I'll just go with Debian or like stickers. Squirrel. Squirrel is right. That's what I meant to hit. Okay. All right. I'll give you another minute to do some sticker entry, and then we'll roll the first one. It's 3 streams in a row. 3 streams in a row. That's pretty good. And now we're going to think about what we're going to talk about tomorrow. We can always talk about anything you want. C-Gray. Oh, cool. Good frame rate in the Motion Eye Pi Zeros. Aren't that powerful? It's probably better to go with a straight bit of camera. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, C, you're my man. I never knew you were the same. So this has happened to me. This is probably the 3rd time in the last couple of days where somebody finally put together for me their names on YouTube versus Discord, and I had no idea that often I was talking to the same person. So thanks. On motion detection, they send MQTT message, which is picked up by Node-RED. That's awesome. So good. Installing Ubuntu right now for a VM. Sweet. So Dale, at the beginning, so you'll have to go back to the beginning of this, and we talked about Proxmox. Depending on what you're doing, Proxmox is a nice virtual machine operating system. Stickeronis. Okay, it's time. Let's do it. Let's do this first. Computer, tell everyone it's time for sign off.
Announcing.
It's time for sign off. All right, here we go. We're gonna do some stickers. What? Chat embed isn't available for YouTube yet. Okay, that's fine. Ready to roll? Roll your boat. We're gonna roll some stickers. You ready to give away some stickers? Drum roll, please. Dawson with the drum roll. Thank you. Roll it. Ow. YMA 200. You are the winner, my friend. What time tomorrow? I don't know. Probably early. We haven't decided what we're doing as a family yet. Tomorrow is a kids' vacation day, so we're gonna do something together, I'm sure, at some point. But probably early-ish. Maybe because I didn't do like the 10:30, 11:30 time slot in the last few days. So I'd like to try and do that for the European folks. Might be a little bit better. And they're not celebrating President's Day tomorrow, so they'll be coming home from work. All right, you guys ready? All right, so YMA 200, you got to contact me in Discord. Give me your address, personal message me, give me your address, and I will get your stickers in the mail. We're going to do one more roll of stickers. You guys ready? Roll it.
Jackson,
Ow.
do a drum roll.
Ow, stop. Dale, you won. You just barely got here and you won. Ow. That hurt. That was a lot. I got a headache. What happened? Oh, you got an owie? All right. So, Dale, I need your address, brother. Okay. Hey, guys. Mark, thanks for helping out, man. Thanks for being here. I know you've been in my ear the whole time, just nice and quiet. Nothing going on. But, hey, thanks for helping out. Thanks for the Proxmox work and everything else.
That's right. I'm wearing green.
As always. All right. Okay, guys, you ready to do the sign off?
Holly's
Now,
sleeping.
don't scream.
Holly's sleeping.
Don't
The only one you have to
scream.
tell that to is this.
Don't scream. Don't scream.
Holly's
You're not that.
sleeping.
Okay, Holly's sleeping. She can't come, but don't scream so loud that you make the microphone start to crack. Okay. All right, ready?
As always,
thanks for watching. And until next time,
adios.
All right. Thanks, guys.
No.
All right, have a good night, everybody. Mark, thanks again, man. I'm going to hang up.
Take care.
Take care, man. See you. Thanks.
Yep. You bet. Bye.
Bye. Oh, look, your shirt's gone.
I know, that's what I saw.